Warning: viewer discretion is advised.
It formed a choking fog.
My name is Patty Camarado. I was friends with Ronald DeFeo, the girl who was murdered with the rest of her family here in 1974. This I'm going to show you is the mysterious red room that's so noted for in the book. This door, which they...
In the quiet town of Amityville, New York, back in 1974, a house stood at 112 Ocean Avenue. Large, colonial, peaceful from the outside. But inside, it was hiding something truly horrifying. Long before it became a Hollywood legend, it was just a house, until the DeFeo family moved in. The DeFeos were a seemingly ordinary family: Ronald Sr., his wife Louise, and their 5 children. But behind closed doors, the home was filled with tension, abuse, and something darker no one could see. And on November 13th, 1974, everything shattered. After just a short time living in the house, something began to change inside the DeFeo home. It started subtly: footsteps in empty hallways, doors opening on their own, and a constant feeling that someone or something was watching them. The air felt heavy. The nights grew colder, and then came the voices.
Kill them, kill them, kill them.
Ronald Butch DeFeo Jr., the eldest son, claimed he began hearing whispers, low, insistent, and angry. At first, he thought he was imagining it. But the voices wouldn't stop. They told him he was worthless. They told him his family was the enemy. And then, they told him what he needed to do. Those closest to Ronald said his behavior shifted. He became paranoid, distant, and violent. He claimed shadows followed him, and he would lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, drenched in sweat, whispering back to voices only he could hear. Exactly 20 days later, Ronald snapped.
Several people, a family.
The accused claims he heard voices coming from within the house.
In the early morning hours of November 13th, 1974, just past 3 a.m., he picked up his father's .35 caliber Marlin rifle, walked silently through the house, and carried out one of the most horrific family massacres in American history. He shot his mother and father as they slept, then his 2 younger brothers, and finally his 2 sisters. All 6 were found face down in their beds, executed one by one. No signs of a struggle. No one in the neighborhood heard a single scream. When the police arrived, Ronald simply said, "It wasn't me. It was the voices."
I was friends with Alison DeFeo, the girl who was murdered with the rest of her family here in 1974. This I'm going to show you is the mysterious red room that's so noted for in the book. This door, which they say was never here, was here, is here, always will be here, I suppose. This is the red room. Nothing more than a storage area where Allison and her brothers and I used to keep toys. Just red, you know? There's never any feeling of spirit presence or ghosts or any sort of thing like that. It's just a play area. We used to keep toys. Nothing more than that.
Just over a year after the murders, in December of 1975, the house at 112 Ocean Avenue went up for sale. Despite the tragedy, it was a dream property. Large, beautiful, with a boathouse and a view of the canal. And the price, unbelievably low.
Holy, this is the deal of a lifetime. So, what's the catch?
There was a crime, a murder.
In the house?
The Lutz family, George and Kathy, and their 3 children bought it without hesitation. They were told about the murders, but they believed they could live with it. They were wrong. Within days of moving in, the house began to change. It started with a strange coldness, even when the heat was on. Doors slammed on their own. A strange black ooze seeped from the keyholes, and the family's dog began growling at corners where nothing was there. George Lutz began to change. He became distant, angry, obsessed with the fireplace, claiming he couldn't get warm. Every night, He woke up at exactly 3:15 a.m., the same time Ronald DeFeo had murdered his family. Their daughter, Missy, started talking to something she called Jody. She said Jody was a large pig with red glowing eyes who watched her from the window. George saw it too, staring back at him from outside. On the second floor,
Who are you talking to?
The girl who lives in my closet.
And what's her name?
Jody.
desperate, the Lutz family brought in a Catholic priest to bless the home. But as he entered one of the rooms, he heard a deep, disembodied voice whisper. He left immediately, later claiming he felt an invisible force slap him across the face. The haunting only grew worse. Windows shattered. A crucifix twisted upside down. The front door was ripped from its hinges, and no one heard a sound. The house wasn't just haunted, it was alive. On January 14th, 1976, after just 28 days, the Lutz family fled in the middle of the night, leaving behind all their possessions. They refused to explain what happened on their final night, only that it was worse than anything before. They never returned. Their story exploded in the media, leading to the best-selling book The Amityville Horror and the now iconic films that followed. Paranormal investigators, including Ed and Lorraine Warren, were drawn to the case. Lorraine called it one of the most disturbing hauntings she had ever experienced. During their investigation, a camera snapped an image in the hallway revealing what looked like a ghostly boy with glowing eyes peering from a doorway.
Why did it happen to me? I don't really know. I do not have the answers for that. I played places like Amityville. That, if you gave me $1 billion, I wouldn't go in that house again. Because it messed up my life and my husband's life. Terrible, horrible, horrible place. Oh, it was terrible. That's where I levitated with my body in that home. And it was, the things that happened there were terrible. Really, really terrible.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy chilling real-life horrors, unexplained mysteries, and stories that keep you up at night, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell so you never miss a nightmare. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, some stories are terrifying because they're true.